What is up, guys? All right, welcome back. So let me just paint a little picture for you. The multimedia business, content creation, photography, videography, I believe is the most lucrative business of all time. And it has been lucrative for a long time. Think about how many billions are generated through motion pictures. Think about how many billions are spent on marketing and ads. Think about how much billions are spent on all the TV commercials, all the shows, everything you see and consume. And now, in today's day and age, it's even more lucrative. You have Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, all of these other platforms that you consume content on. Content is so lucrative. So you have to understand that where there's such a demand for it, how could there be a shortage? How could there be a shortage? If you're thinking, I don't have any clients, no one's paying money, these are all the wrong thoughts. You need to let those go, because the fact is there are millions of people paying for content, probably in your own backyard. You just don't know where to look for it, or you haven't captured their attention yet. It is so lucrative. When you go in the grocery store and you see all the photos of all the products, all of those products have their own marketing campaigns. Not only are they plastered all over the products, but they have commercials, they have ad campaigns, they have ton of content that's running behind each product and each brand. And that goes for anything: shoes, lights, lamps, any type of product, any type of business, any type of literally, even people starting up from the ground up know that how powerful content is. So everything, I'm talking about electric tools, hard drives, plants, you know what I'm saying, Lowe's. I don't want to get in trouble for any copyright. I do not own the rights to say anything about any other company, whatever. Anyways, it's infinite, dude. Like, once you understand how broad and how expansive and how lucrative it is, all you need is like 1% of 1% of 1% of that to get you way past six figures. If you think about it as it's a multi-billion-dollar industry and all you need is like 1% to make $1 million, like, all day. You don't need to get all the clients in the world, but you just need enough to get you where you desire to be. I have different goals, and I'm sure I'm soon to get to 7 figures, from there to 8, and create movies and huge ad campaigns for, Toyota and Subaru, and those are my goals. I have big, expansive goals, and I want to take everything to the max, and I've been like that since I was a child. I skateboarded, always did the craziest tricks, always took everything to the extreme. And so that's what I'm doing with my personal business. Now, you may not have to do that. You may only get, 1 client or 2 clients or 3 clients that provide, 5 to 10 grand a month for you. And that's enough. That's enough for you to make a comfortable living, take care of your family, and do what you want to do. That's totally fine. You don't have to go above and beyond. You just have to know that you can build wealth with a camera. And it's so abundant and lucrative. There's so many clients, there's so much to go around, that even just by you getting a droplet of it, you could provide for more than you ever could imagine. What is important, number 1 rule, is master the basics of your camera, of your craft. Master the basics. So meaning, you have to know what your ISO, your shutter, your f-stop, how to maneuver it in different lighting situations, how to set up your light, backlight, backdrop, audio. Master the basics of your camera. Now, this is not the course where, I'm going to show you how, 1/200 shutter speed at, 1600 ISO, at 14 f-stop is going to get you the right picture. This is not that course. There's a lot of filmmaker courses, there's a lot of courses like that can get you that information if you don't already know how. But I would suggest master your camera, just master the science behind capturing great images. That's for photography. For videography, same thing. Master your shutter speed, master your 60 frames, your 120 frames, your slow motion, your transitions. Always be evolving and creating great content. I do not think that you can make 6 figures with a camera with bad content. Like, I just don't think that could happen. Now, So you can finesse here and there and, you know, start with beginner people and generate income, yes, for sure. But to get to that 6-figure level, you have to be at least decent. You can't put out bad, grainy, you know, things that you don't know are good. You should really be aware of the feedback you get when you show someone the content. If they're like, whoa, that's sick, you know, you get great feedback, they're ecstatic about it, that's good. You're on the right trajectory. But you could always do better. Always be evolving, always be getting better, always try to make the next one the best one. That's what I teach all my guys. That's the culture we keep at Pathfinder, is the next one is the best one. And that goes for when you do something that's not so hot, don't worry about it. The next one's the best one. But also when you make something that just blows you away, that's when I get a little nervous. I'm like, oh, the next one is the best one, and how I'm gonna get to that, I'm not quite sure. But always be evolving, always be getting better, always create really great content. What I tell my guys is, when it's undeniably dope, then no one's gonna contest it. If it's undeniably dope, there's not anything anyone could say about it. So make sure you put out the best quality content, whatever that looks like. It does take like code, you gotta crack little codes, meaning if you don't have, you know, the best top tier camera you want, which you don't need a red cinema. I'm shooting with a GH5. I've shot with the GH5 for a long time for videos. I have the R5 for photography, the R, the Canon, the 5D, the whole lineup. I've had like multiple cameras, the Sony, just experimenting with the Sony 3, A7 III. So multiple different cameras, and it's always a challenge to learn what each one can do. But learn it and become as best as you can with your tool. So your tool is important. Always be evolving, always be better. Like I said, this isn't the course that's gonna teach you how to become the best with your camera, but just stick to that principle, be humble, learn, you know. What I was saying as far as it takes codes to crack, like, yeah, you might only be able to start with the Rebel T3i or something, right? And that's not gonna get you 120 frames per second slow motion. But master that, and when you realize like, okay, I've tapped out my low light, I've tapped out my frame rate, I need something better. You can try to generate enough money with the camera. But you know, this goes into different principles, like saving money, you know, work. I had to work in the casino industry to save up for my first cameras. However you need to generate that capital and save it up, money management, that is important. You have to invest in yourself to get to the next level. So that, some people get stuck on that and never get past that. So that is very important. You have to crack these little codes, and you have to evolve into the person that you need to become to make these 6 figures. Like, can you do it with the Rebel T3i? Probably, if you are really good at sales and you can, you know, finesse people, which will, not finesse people, but sales. We'll get to sales later on in the course. But if you're really good, then maybe you can get away with it, you know, maybe. But it does take these next level attributes to get you to that. So, you know, save up, level up with cameras, level up with these lenses, always be leveling up, always invest in yourself, always get better, and that's what's gonna help you get to the next level. So that's what I got for master the basics. Remember, master the basics, keep pushing forward, the next one is the best one. Better and better and better each time. That's gonna also give you confidence to be able to charge what you wanna charge per project. So when you are really good at what you do, you know, that gives you confidence to charge what you need to charge per client. And we'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later, but master the basics, master your tool, keep leveling up, invest in yourself, and take it to the next level. I'll catch you on the next one.